Hello everyone, this is Captain Morgan. Today is February the 17th, 2011, and this is Pirate Video. I just want to quickly go over a matter I discussed earlier last month about the shooting that happened in Arizona. Well, most of the country has been focused on the shooting pertaining and regarding Congresswoman Gabriella Gifford, another victim of that shooting who was murdered. A federal judge by the name of John Roll. This whole case with this matter has been very, very strangely quiet by the media. Now, Judge John Roll, again a federal judge, was murdered on that same day, one of the victims. But again, I stressed out that the media has been very quietly not mentioning his name, not bringing this matter up to the public, and also not bringing up the matters pertaining to the matter with the Judge Roll prior to the shooting. Also with Congresswoman Gabriella Gifford. Now, Judge John Roll, considered to be one of the most constitutionally centered judges in history by some, okay, and a conservative for that matter. However, him, Judge John Roll, and Congresswoman Gifford, prior to the shooting, were working on matters together, collaborating together on working and solving problems together as Americans, not as a Democrat or Republican, not as a left wing or a right wing, but as Americans working to solve some of our problems together, which the media again fails to inform the public. Now, Judge John Roll, prior to the shooting, again with Gabriella Giffords, were effectively breaking down this false segment we have of left-wing, right-wing group sentimentality. Okay, and working together on matters such as going against one common ground that they could stand together against and stand together for. Okay, they were working on matters such as going against and blocking and stopping the federal government of infringing on state rights, on infringing against personal rights, individual rights, against gun control, against the Patriot Act, among other things. Okay. Judge Roll, working together with representatives, were working together to formulate a new courthouse system, okay, to assert Arizona's sovereignty to deal with illegal aliens coming across from Mexico. Okay, and this unique alliance between Gabriella Giffords, who is a Democrat, and Judge John Roll, a federal judge for that matter, a conservative, working together on a common ground to go against our very own federal government from coming down on our individual rights and our state rights and gun control and the Patriot Act and Homeland Security and all these sort of matters that these two had in common to go against. Now remember, this was prior to the shooting. Judge John Roll, first of all, let me just point out a few matters of facts that he was for and against, okay? Now, I'm going to be quoting here as Judge John Roll was an opponent of the federal government overreaching its authority. Now, get that. Judge John Roll, a federal judge, a conservative, was an opponent of the federal government approaching or overreaching its authority. He ruled against federal imposition on states' rights in gun law matters, okay? Again, one more time, he ruled against federal imposition on states' rights in gun law matters. Second, he ruled against elements of the Patriot Act. The part where federal law enforcement agents can seize your bank accounts without cause or permission. Okay? Number 3, he ruled against the newly announced FEMA governor system, in which the federal government plans to take the power of elected state governors and put in the hands of federally appointed regional governors in the case of an emergency. Okay? He was against this matter. Now, excuse me, it's a rare judge these days that stands up against this BS that this federal government is doing. But again, I want to go one more time with you for you to understand something here. What I'm going to mention one more time, like I just did, this is prior to the shooting in Arizona. This is some of the matters of what Judge John Roll was against in doing, okay? Of what, I'm sorry, what the government is doing, our federal government. Judge Roll was an opponent of the federal government overreaching its authority. He ruled against federal imposition on state rights in gun law matters. He also ruled against elements of the Patriot Act, the part where federal law enforcement agents can seize your bank accounts without cause, without notifying you, without permission, without anything. They could just go in and grab your bank account overnight without you knowing about it. And also he ruled against the newly announced FEMA governor system, in which the federal government plans to take the power of elected state governors and put in the hands of federally appointed regional governors. Okay? Federally appointed regional governors in the case of an emergency. This was John Roll. Okay? But also, which was very important, was that Judge John Roll, working together with Gabriella Gifford, a Democrat, Judge John Roll, a conservative, working together against our federal government to verify and certify that this federal government is infringing on our state rights, infringing on our individual rights, and against the Patriot Act, against gun control. Now this Congressman Gifford and Judge Roll coming together on a common ground